It's nice to know that there's a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds giving urban agriculture a try. The more people working on it, the more likely a successful business model is to emerge. And that's what Ward talked to me about today. Ward runs City Farm Boy and has a lot of experience in landscaping.
Hi, I'm Ward Toulon. I'm founder and CEO of City Farm Boy. It's an urban farming enterprise where we grow a lot of food in the city, feed to the neighbors or local restaurants, and we also design and build and maintain gardens for people who want to grow their own food. I grew up on a farm. Where I grew up, everybody had a garden. The exception was people who didn't have a garden. And so when I came to the city, it was just the opposite. But a lot of people seem to be interested in growing their own food, and with all the concerns around food now, as far as where it's come from, or what's been sprayed on it, or how it's been grown, people I think are really starting to see the opportunity of growing their own food. It's not only just the quality of the food. There's all these other elements to growing your own food that, be it spiritual, be it exercise, community. There's a lot of good reasons why you should be growing food.
Gardening in the city is kind of redefining local. In this case, it's not the 100-mile diet, but the 1 or 2 block diet.
In this situation, I know the fellow that lives here, Rennie. This had become more of a liability to him than something that he was using. He's retired. This was just a big chunk of grass that he had to mow, and so he's offered a chunk of the grass for me to grow food on. So now he gets some food, some vegetables. He has less grass to mow, and everybody's happy. It's a symbiotic relationship. And therefore, she's pretty happy. What happened is, the urban farming movement will keep floundering along. A lot of people that are doing it right now aren't making any money. Like I know they're not making any money. I've talked to them, right? Or they're making very little. Hard to pay the rent. And so I think we'll keep floundering along until. And one of my missions was to try and develop some sort of a business model that works for the urban farming world, right? I don't know if I'm going to be the one who figures that out, but I think somebody will eventually develop some sort of a business model that makes sense. They'll start spending money and advertising and educating citizens about what that service might be. So somebody will eventually figure that model out, and once they do, the competition won't be far behind. It's evolution. So if somebody came up to you and said, I've got an urban farming program I want to offer you, then they wouldn't know what you were talking about. They wouldn't know what that meant. Whereas, if they say, I'm going to offer you a lawn care program, they probably have a much better idea. It probably involves somebody coming to your house and fertilizing your grass and maybe mowing it or whatever. So the public has to become aware that the service even exists. I mean, right now nobody's really offering the right service, the right package. There's a lot of desire out there. I think a lot of people want help with their garden. When they want to grow food, they want to be. I'd like to see it become a status symbol where the person who has the most magnificent vegetable garden is the big shot, right? And if we can reach that, whatever you want to call it, a paradigm shift for lack of cliches, if we can reach that, then we're golden. Can't rely. If the industry is going to survive or even exist or grow, it has to be able to stand on its own 2 feet. And sustainability. If you're making money, you're sustainable.